Hi, I just wanted to show you all how do you go about fixing the Nikon Autowinder AW-1. What I've done here is I've taken some things apart ahead of time to make things move a little faster. And this is all handheld. First thing you have to do is remove the leatherette covering from the top. This is done by using some isopropyl alcohol along the edges. Get it to seep in and start peeling it back very slowly. Heat it up with a heat gun if you had a heat gun or a hair dryer. And eventually it'll peel right off. I did a pretty nice job. I didn't do any damage and everything came off nicely. Next thing you do is you remove 7 screws. Let's see if I have a pointer here. So the screws that you remove are, here, 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 and here. You'll see they're the ones holding this top plate on. Once those are removed, you should be able to pop this off. It might be a little stuck, but it'll come off. Okay? And I've already removed the gear, but that's the spot right there where you'll find the gear that's cracked. 99% of the time, what's wrong with these is that's the problem. Let's see if I can zoom in on this here. No, I can't. Oh well, there's a crack. Believe me, there's a crack in the gear. There it is. If it'll focus. See the little crack at about 10 o'clock? That crack loosens the gear and the gear won't spin. The shaft will spin and the gear won't. Okay, so we're going to replace that with a brass gear part. I got this part on eBay. It's from Silver Wong. He's a very famous Nikon repairman, particularly F2s. And he sent me this brass part. I think they're about $30 on eBay, but you can get them if you contact him directly through his website. You can get them for like $25. I did find alternative gears out there. That was about half the price, but they weren't brass, and I had more trouble with them. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this brass gear up. I'm going to pop it down on top of the shaft and tap it down. One thing I'm going to do too is I'm going to take the base plate off and put something on the other side of that shaft to keep it from pushing down. I want to tap the brass down without pushing that gear down into the motor. That shaft. I want the shaft to stay there, and I have to reinforce it. I've had some in the past where I learned the hard way, and I tapped one of those non-brass gears down, and I pushed the shaft down and put a dimple in the bottom of the base plate. So I'm going to take the base plate off. Let me stop the video here, and I'll pick it up. Okay, I've taken the base plate off. Basically, there is one screw here, one screw there, a screw over to the right there, and one screw over there in the middle near the tripod socket, corresponding to that hole. See, I got a little ding in there. I dropped the damn thing. That hole and the other hole over here. Okay. So there's the shaft of the motor. I want to reinforce that with something. So I'm going to put something down like this, maybe. No, I need something else. Now I got to have something I raised up, and I'm going to put something underneath it. Then I've got a little ball peen hammer. I've got an extender socket, and it should work for me. I'm going to heat up the brass part, pop it down over there, center it like so, and kind of tap it down slowly with something reinforcing the bottom of the shaft. I need to find something. I don't want to use a battery. I got to find something that's kind of like the size of a battery, Something like this would be fine, would be underneath it, but the batteries aren't hard enough. I want something solid. So I'm going to find something. Maybe a nut would work, or I don't know. I'll find something. So that's the technique. Okay. Once I get that down, so you got to heat up the brass gear to expand it, and it's not going to slide down easy, but it should slide down fairly. You could also put a little drop of oil on the shaft. It shouldn't hurt it, because it is tight enough. All right. Once that gear is down, I'll put some batteries in, put it back together, show you how it works. All right. So I heated up the brass gear. I reinforced the back of the shaft with this underneath it, positioning it just so, and I tapped it down using that end of it, and just lightly tapped it with the ball peen hammer, not hard, like tap 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 tap, just it kept going down. I put batteries in, and it's on right now, and when I short out the 2 pins, which are over here, okay, so that works. Let me get it back together. What I'm going to do is screw everything back together, and I'm going to glue back on the top, and I've got a Nikon AW-1 I'll stick it on, and we'll see how it sounds. So I reassembled the base plate, put on the top plate, added some Plyo-Bond, which is the glue I'm using, put a little bit on the surface, put it thin, rub it around with a cotton swab, put it on the leatherette also, kind of let it get both a little tacky and dry, and then you put it back on, and I can't do this one-handed, so I'm holding the camera in my hand. So that's the technique for putting it back together. All right, next we'll try testing it. Okay, we're back with the Nikon AW-1 with the winder attached. Here we go. That's it. Anyway, I put this video together primarily because I saw only one video about the AW-1 on YouTube, and it was horrible. It was a butcher job of somebody who didn't know how to take it apart. So if you do get an AW-1 and you want to get it, the battery contacts are clean, it looks good, it just won't work. 99% of the time, it's the gear. If it's something spinning but nothing's happening, it's the gear. Get yourself a replacement gear, take it apart, put the new gear on, and you're back in business. And when you put the brass gear on there, it's going to last forever. So, I mean, they're a nice camera, and they're actually nice size-wise with the winder. I like the bigger size to grip onto. So, anyway,